There's a little bit of like beef, no pun intended, with Chipotle. People are talking about like pre-COVID Chipotle and like how great it was. I've seen posts about like the quality going down, prices are going up. I don't know. I mean, Chipotle obviously is bigger than ever, but there's a lot of complaints.
Since 2021, they've had 6 price increases. That's insane.
That's a lot.
In California, the prices are about to increase anymore because of the wage issue. Chipotle is the one that's supposedly investing in all the automation. You know the automation is coming. Why do you keep raising prices, right? Simultaneously, their stock is up 59% in the last 12 months. They're saying our target audience prioritizes overall wellness. Chipotle's customers are 20% more likely than the average U.S. consumer to earn more than $125,000 a year. Chipotle has found this high-income consumer. They are complaining, but they're not doing anything about it. They're still continuing to eat there. Because let's say you boycott Chipotle, where do you go?
Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, group chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
Okay, multitasking. Hey guys.
Hey.
What's going on? Big announcement. Announcement.
What's the announcement?
Drama's parents may potentially come on the podcast on Wednesday.
Yeah, or Sunday.
Or Sunday.
Or Sunday.
Sunday would be Blockbuster.
They are
Couple
in
cocktails.
town. They want to come to group chat. And hopefully we get them. Hopefully we get the voice from the heartland.
The OH.
Andy and Terry.
That would be great.
Let's see. The polar opposite of the heartland. What happened at Nobu? What's this story on? And
The hot story.
It's a hot
texted
story.
the group chat and like hyped up this story with D and said he was flabbergasted, but it had to wait for the pod. And I can't imagine what D could have done at Nobu that would surprise you at this point.
So can I be uninterrupted?
Just like LeBron James. There you go.
Can I just, D can chime in after.
Fine, I'll chime in after.
He can chime in after. Just don't interrupt me.
I'm leaning back
That's
away
that's
from
all
the
I-
mic.
That's all I'm asking.
Okay.
Yep.
So we have a group chat. John Turgeon, Brian Toll, Mikey Lev, D and I. And we make like stupid sports bets over the course of the year.
Do you want to give the listener the context of who those people are or no?
Yeah, John Turgeon and Brian Toll are the H Wood guys.
Mm-hmm.
Mikey is just a very close friend of ours.
Mm-hmm.
And
LA
we
native.
Everyone's LA native. We make stupid sports bets, right? And the loser of the bet always has to do Nobu Malibu. And we probably do it twice a year, if I had to guess.
Yep.
And Turge lost a bet. And we've been trying to plan it because everyone's traveling and busy. And we finally got a date. So we went this past Friday. Nobu Malibu, Friday afternoon, noon. Okay.
Yep.
Before I even get to what these shenanigans were, it was a 25-minute wait to even turn into Malibu.
No. Turn into the Nobu Malibu.
Yeah, Nobu Malibu. No,
The valet.
The valet.
Yeah.
And once again,
That's
for the
how many
listener,
people
Nobu
were there.
Nobu Malibu is a very well-known fan. Not only is it Nobu, but it's on the ocean, like literally right on the ocean. It's this amazing venue, very popular, very well-known, top of the top. I mean, when it comes to places to eat dinner in LA, I would say Nobu Malibu's arguably top 3 just for the sake of location.
Yeah. Especially when you're on a beautiful day, it's a wrap.
Right.
It's the best place.
Yeah. So we go to Nobu Malibu. John Turgeon has to pay for the bill. We all eat, have a couple cocktails. Because of Brian and John, we have the best table in the house. We're literally seeing the waves, crash.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we have the best table.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the ocean.
And so we hang out for a couple hours, and then this is where the shenanigans happen. We're walking out. It's 2:30, and there probably was like 45 people in valet.
The line
To get to the actual person to give the ticket to.
Right. Oh, got it. To leave.
To leave.
Yep.
You can't even leave. And this is like where like Powell's has to double rates. I'm convinced at this point. Like, how do people on a Friday have this much money to spend to like go to Nobu Malibu and like it's
$1,000 lunch?
More probably, right?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
And so here's what these fucking shenanigans happened.
Power move.
I said don't interrupt. So Brian, John, Mikey, and I are standing. Mikey's taking me back. John has a car. Brian has a car. D has a car. And D goes to John and goes, hey, do you have $20? I'll get our cars all up front. And
I never said I'll get our cars. I said I need $20. Just to be clear. I had no intention.
Hey, I said uninterrupted.
He had one rule.
Well, there's lies I have to correct.
The assumption was he was going to get all of our cars up front. Okay,
Yep.
D, stop.
That was everyone's assumption.
Everyone's assumption. John Turgeon gives him $20. D goes and, finagles his way with the valet, gets his car and bounces and doesn't even say bye to us, doesn't say shit. And John's like, did he really just take my money and take his car and not get any of our cars?
Right. So did you just get out there knowing he's not there?
And we waited another 25 minutes because D took John's money. It's not even his money.
Yeah. Well, where did the pregnant wife? Where did that come?
So
that's what his hustle was.
No. So jokingly, I said to them, "I'm just going to tell them my wife's pregnant. I gotta go." And then when I went there, the guy was just the valet was just very busy. Cars coming in, cars going out. I see my car. I have the poorest car in the lot, right? My GMC Acadia, right?
Right.
So I
They're
see
get this
parked.
thing out of here. Get this trash out of our lot.
I literally was thinking that. So I see the car. It's out there. I walk up to it and I see the window down. I was like, oh, the key is there. I go to the guy. Key's there. I gotta go. I'm really late. I give him the 20 and I just go and take the car. And he's like, well, can this guy confirm the number? I'm like, cool, run with me. Runs with me, confirms the number, and I leave. The first thing in life is when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. You never assume. I never said I would get your cars. I didn't give a shit about your cars. I cared about my car.
But don't you think it's interesting that you took someone else's money to get your car and not his car?
That's how the rich stay rich. Other people's money.
OPM, yeah.
OPM.
Yeah.
So we were all standing there in the valet. Like, did this really just happen?
Make a move.
And then did you have to wait?
Yeah, we waited another 30 minutes for our cars. And D's like halfway down PCH.
D, did you have somewhere to be or you just wanted to get out
I had a call and I was already 5 minutes late. So I'm texting the person, sorry, I'll be on. These guys are leisure.
Right. Well,
it's Friday.
I got to be honest. I'm not surprised here.
People got to make moves.
Yeah, I don't.
What part are you not surprised about? Do you think it's so? Let's just play. You play referee. He took someone else's cash
after free lunch.
This is the part that's in debate. Is I don't understand what happened that made everybody assume D was getting their cars. If there was some sort of
no, he bossed up. He's like, I'm gonna get everyone's cars.
No, I didn't say that. I said I'm gonna get
that's the part. That's the key part.
By the way, zero intention at any moment that I think I'm going to help my friends out and get their cars.
He said,
I did not think about that at all.
No, what D said to us,
I didn't have their tickets. I only had my tickets.
He's like, we can't wait in this line. This is ridiculous.
But
give me $20.
Did you say we?
I actually offered another 20.
Did you say we or I? Did you say I can't wait in this line or we?
I said we can't, but everybody has to be an I.
You know what's interesting is I actually offered another 20, and John said that's insulting. Don't offer the extra 20. Just do the single 20.
And I did, and I got my car, and I left. And then John's like, because the value is 15. I gave him obviously a $5
So
tip.
John spent $1,000
Plus
and
20.
then $20 for D's valet.
I like it. I mean, I like it. Unless D said, this is my judgment, unless D said words that made the group falsely believe he was
I
getting all
think
of
they
their
falsely
cars.
thought that I was trying to
If they assumed-
be generous.
No, but when you take the cash, that's
but
the
you
$20
binding
isn't valet
contract.
$15.
pays for my shit all the time.
No, we already
That's just
paid for valet.
Uh,
I mean, you're going to pay for valet no matter what. But the
I'm saying if
20
he
was
takes
the
a
bribe.
20,
The 20 was the bribe to get the
that was
car.
bribe.
I don't
Well.
think that. I mean, it had to be 100 to get everyone's car.
Yeah.
I was on a solo mission. I had no interest. I was like, you suckers are going to sit here and wait. It's your fucking problem.
But why'd you take his 20?
Because I didn't have a 20. I had no
If
money.
you wanted to ditch us, you can ditch us.
No, but I
you
need-
can't take someone else's 20 and then ditch them.
I'm like,
Don't you agree, Drama, on that part?
I'm like Ukraine.
He's taking everyone else's money. Look, I agree that if D said words that alluded to him getting everyone's car, he's fucked up. If
The
not,
assumption was
that's just
that
D, B,
I-
and D. If you don't like that, you shouldn't be friends with
even
D.
if you want to
Yeah.
even kind of take it a step back, he took the cash from someone else that he wasn't
I
going
know,
to
but
help.
I don't
Right,
even
but I mean,
bring
this
my
guy
wallet
notoriously
anywhere.
hasn't had a wallet with him in years.
Yeah, I don't.
After getting a free lunch on the ocean.
Yeah.
He's
Some people
Zelensky.
tell you can't get a free lunch. That is a lie.
Yeah.
I get a free lunch and free valet.
He's Zelensky. Everyone's waving their D
American
flags.
Zelensky.
I will say, and separate from D's kind of chicanery, I can't believe how many people are at Nobu Malibu on Friday at noon.
It was a nice day.
I mean, there's
wasn't.
also just
No, it
nothing
wasn't.
else
Burnt out.
like
By the
it.
time we left, it was popping.
No, but my point is, like, you saw the cars.
Yeah.
It was Bentleys, Porsches, blah, blah, blah.
Those are the people that can go and have a nice lunch.
Yeah, they don't have anything to
It's
do.
just like,
Passive
I
income.
don't get how there's just endless amount of money. It's just
Right.
ridiculous.
Well, don't let Jerome Powell
That's-
go to Nobu Malibu because rates will be
Jerome
10%.
Powell does not need to see what happened there.
I mean, it just goes to show, like, all the indicators on spend and then even travel continue to be like outrageous, right? And what I think people don't realize is because you hear low income people talking about inflation and struggling and things of that nature. Each rich person is equivalent to maybe like 10 years ago, they were equivalent to 1,000 poor people. Now they're equivalent to 50,000 poor people. And so when they go to lunch, so the $1,000, how many $1,000 lunches were there that day? 500?
Every single
Okay, 500.
table.
Okay,
Yeah.
$500,000 of lunches. How many people does that feed in normal society? 50,000.
So
That room paid for 50,000 lunches. That's
so
what it
I
is.
guess the
That checks out.
the question is, we saw a few people that clearly are a lot of means
Yeah.
at the
Big
lunch.
means.
Big means.
Yeah.
Meaning like they're very wealthy.
Yeah.
But you see this like credit card all-time high, savings all-time low. So maybe that was like 6 tables and you said 500 tables or
Yeah,
whatever.
but that place
500
is also
covers.
the bubble of bubbles. I mean, how bad would the economy have to get for Nobu Malibu to be slow?
We would have to drop a nuclear bomb.
Literally.
In
You
this
could
country,
probably
it'd have to
nuke
be
New York and
No.
Nobu Malibu would be full that day.
Yeah, it has to be a nuke in Malibu.
No, so our friend,
That's what I'm saying. You could
our
nuke
friend at
San
lunch basically
Francisco.
said everyone's broke.
Yeah, but you could bomb San Francisco and
Yeah.
Nobu Malibu the next day. People are like, man, did you hear what happened in San Francisco?
Yeah, yeah. It'd be
Waiter,
full.
more
Same
Wagyu.
line at the valet. Yeah.
No, but our friend who's in the know in LA says everyone's broke. And he lectured me on the way to Nobu and the way back.
Yeah.
Everyone's
I
broke.
know, but still not enough to slow down Nobu Malibu. I mean, how many reservations are there in any given day?
Oh my God, I don't know, hundreds. They're turning tables.
I mean, I'm
now.
sure tomorrow will be slammed.
Why wouldn't it be?
But I'm saying one day, if there's hundreds of people who are, I mean, that place is just, if
It's the
Nobu
spot, though.
Malibu is empty, it is over. The United States has
That's
failed.
08. That's 08 crisis.
I bet you, the day the banks crashed, I bet Nobu Malibu was packed.
Yeah, because it's not a finance crowd. It's a Hollywood crowd.
Either way, people still got bonuses in 08. Those people are in Nobu Malibu. Not the people whose houses got.
You're talking about a few hundred people a day.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
That's not the indicator.
But the point, what I was referencing is that our friend thinks everyone's broke and they're just overextending.
I think there are some people like that. And then there's some people that are just so rich that it just does not matter.
There's a handful of people that are so rich. We know exactly who
I think
we
there's
saw.
a lot more people. Like wealth is now global, right? 30 years ago, it was like just Americans that were rich. And then some Europeans. And then China came on board. Then the Middle East came on board. Dude, in every country now, there's so many wealthy people. And when they come, and like Nobu Malibu is a tourist destination.
Yep.
I mean, there was like a family next to us. There's another group of friends. They might not even be from America. They could just be just rich Ukrainians.
There's enough people rich off of OnlyFans to fill Nobu Malibu for a month.
Yeah, there was a lot of that there.
There was that.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah, people don't realize that only those people on OnlyFans are fuck you rich.
Yeah.
Cash rich too.
And their agents and, like all the little people, we know people who have OnlyFans agencies and
the OnlyFans ecosystem is 30-40% of Nobu.
Easy.
If you count drug dealers, OnlyFans ecosystem,
crypto, because crypto's hot now.
We didn't see that crowd. I saw more OnlyFans ecosystem drug
There's
dealers.
a lot of OnlyFans.
Yeah, drug dealers are doing well.
Yeah.
And then musicians and this and that.
Yeah, Hollywood
celebrities.
types.
Streamers.
Whatever. And then people who are like celebrating their anniversary. Fuck it. Let's go to Nobu Malibu.
Yeah, it was wild. I can't believe it. I can't believe how many people can spend that much money and it doesn't matter what day of the week it is.
What's more unbelievable is all of those people waited in line at the valet and I didn't. I'm at the top of the food chain.
That's true.
That's true. You scammed us.
I'll give you that.
You're the scammer.
I'm the Zelensky.
Yeah, you're Zelensky.
Before we get into news, I need you to break down the Garcia Haney fight because I saw it all over social. What's going on?
Here's the take.
It's literally
what is that, boxing?
My entire TikTok and Twitter feed is this fight. I know nothing about it. I know you watched it.
Here's the easy take. The easy take is Devin Haney was supposed to be like the next Floyd Mayweather, the next undefeated legend.
He was a minus 900 favorite, I think.
Yep.
I only know the gambling shit.
Minus 900?
Minus 900.
Yeah, he was. And
I saw him like shotgunning a beer before they
No, that's Garcia.
That's Garcia.
That's Garcia. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, but Haney was minus 900.
I'm saying I was interested when he shotgunned the beer.
Right. So I would say, not to like play Monday morning quarterback, but I and a lot of people thought that Haney wasn't as good as his hype. But he hadn't been beaten. He was undefeated. He hadn't really been beat up bad, never been knocked down. And Ryan Garcia, who has a very dangerous couple punches, but is not a good technical boxer whatsoever, was not supposed to beat him. Like you said, the odds were like minus 900.
Minus 900 for people who don't gamble, that's basically you don't lose.
You have to bet $900 to win 100.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's a lock.
It's a lock. It's not even worth betting at minus 900.
Like a Chiefs spread every weekend.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's like old school Warriors when they were on their run. Every game was minus 900, minus 1,000, whatever.
Right. So Ryan Garcia, is dangerous, but is not nearly as good of a technical boxer as Devin Haney. This fight kind of seemed like an attention. They would make a lot of money. Ryan Garcia would probably lose. He just lost to Tank Davis. He wouldn't really be talked about as like potentially a champion. The point of the story is it got down to it. Fight night. Ryan Garcia just really fucked up Devin Haney. Like knocked him down 3 times, arguably more, but they kept calling it a slip. Kept catching him, was taunting him, and won the fight. And I would say the big story is it's
Did
great
he
for the
knock him
sport.
out or just win?
He just won, but he knocked him down and like wobbled him a lot of times. And the big story, I think if I was doing like a headline, is really that more so that Devin Haney got so like utterly exposed. You know, like he was supposed to be the guy. Tank beat Ryan Garcia pretty easy, Gervonta Davis. And
but wasn't that just the liver punch?
Yeah, but he just dominated him. He knocked him down as well. He just really dominated him. But
how old is he? He's a young guy?
They both are. Yeah, they're both like 25, 26.
Yeah, Garcia's very big on social. He's
funny. I just started
he's got a personality, 100%.
I mean, look,
and he said he drank every night leading up to the fight.
That's the stuff America wants to hear.
Yeah, I think he took like
relatable.
a Jake Paul page from the promotion book. You know, he was saying a bunch of crazy shit. Everyone was saying he was out of his mind. He shouldn't fight. He lost his mind. I'm sure the fight sold like crazy. And man, today, after that performance and like doing the Jake Paul promotion style, he's probably just on top of the world. It was great.
And he's got like a bunch of kids, right? I think.
Ryan Garcia, I don't know. I think he has at least a kid, but I don't know how many. I don't know that he has like a little army of them. But yeah, it was pretty wild.
Yeah, it dominated social. That's why I wanted to like check your pulse on it.
Yeah, that's what I love about fighting is like it's pretty rare in other sports from what I see that like there's an insane upset like that. But also the upset is like someone getting like beaten up, you know, and it's just like someone who you don't expect to get beaten up gets beat up. And we would watch that 20 times out of 20. If there was two guys fighting on the street and you're like, oh, that guy's about to beat the shit out of that guy, and the other guy wins, it's the greatest entertainment. It was so fun to watch. And pretty cool. Devin Haney, though, not good.
Oh, good. Let's get into some news.
There's the rundown. Here's some news. Los Cientos at Trader Joe's?
Yeah.
There's
That's pretty exciting. Last week, Ryan texted me and goes, hey, we're in Trader Joe's.
Which ones?
All of them.
No way.
So this is even crazier. There are 8 Trader Joe's within 3 miles of me. 8.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's even one over here in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly. There's so many Trader Joe's. Is everyone? And so then now I want to go see. So I start going to all of them. Whenever I'm near one, I go buy a bottle, go check it out. They're fucking slammed. Yeah, it's the Nobu Malibu of grocery stores.
No, so Trader Joe's is privately owned by whoever owns it. And Joe Trader.
It does $17 billion a year.
I think it's 12, but it's super profitable.
I think 17. I just looked it up.
Was it 17?
Let me see. Trader
but
Joe's.
Either way, it's
massive.
It's a massive business, extremely profitable and extremely affordable.
It's unbelievable.
Right. It's more affordable than I thought. Whole Foods is the expensive one.
13 billion. So there you go. 13 billion a year. And they probably do 20% of EBITDA. It's an insane business.
And they pay their employees well. Oh, they're notorious. It's like, the staff there is so friendly. I every time I go, everyone's like, "Oh, big party tonight," whatever, just like small talk. And then he's like, "Oh, is this good? I know we just got it." Like he was knowledgeable about the brand and the product. He's like, "I hear it's good. We've had people ask for it. Whatever."
Do you want to know a Trader Joe's hack?
What?
You can go to any employee and try anything in the store.
Tequila,
whatever.
I don't believe that.
Go
they
take
don't
a shot.
a bottle of wine.
Yeah, they have to do it. That's part of their like ethos.
Okay, I'm gonna go say I need a sip of that tequila.
You should try. See if you can get a shot.
I'm gonna say I need a sip of all of them.
Yeah, you can get a chocolate. You can get whatever.
I believe like a chocolate or a fruit. They're not letting you open a bottle of wine. $2 check. That's $2 gone.
Go try it.
Yeah, there's a whole BuzzFeed thing about it, but yeah,
test it next time you get Lo Siento.
Yeah. But yeah, it's cool. It's always fun to see your products in retail, like, you know.
So it's how many Trader Joe's are there?
500.
So you guys are in all 500?
Well, all the California ones, it looks like.
Okay.
Let's assume half.
So if I go to the one down on Burnt Way?
Yeah, should be there. I've gone to 5 already in the neighborhood. They all had it. And even the one I went yesterday to on the way to a party, I went to go buy some and I got the last bottle, but it was there. Every Trader Joe's.
Well,
I've been to.
congratulations to you and Ryan. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's big.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Go take a sample.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it tomorrow. I'll be like, hey,
I'm iffy on this tequila. Can I get a taste?
Right. Okay. How about this? Here's some good news, because this is literally, we were joking, but like, this is the like foreign policy version of what happened with Dia Malibu. And that is the House has passed what, 60 billion more for Ukraine, Israel, and another package. How big is the package?
Well, so 60 billion is just for Ukraine.
Oh, got it. That's the $20.
26 billion for Israel. 8 billion for Taiwan. And
Jesus.
then the last piece is that ByteDance needs to sell TikTok within 9 months, but the president can offer a 90-day extension. So it's going to be the next president, whoever that is. It'll be still in Sleepy's term, right? It'll still happen under his watch. He's got 9 months left, right? Less than 9 months. So it'll go to January.
Yeah.
It may fall at the end of his term. But basically, it goes. So this now goes to the Senate, which should happen this week. And then if that happens, everyone gets their money. TikTok will then be forced to sell or divest. I think it's going to happen. I'm a full believer that
it just seems like it won't. I hear you.
No, I don't think it's gonna. I think it'll divest to an American company. That's it. It'll be an American spinoff.
but there's been very clear reports that all the data goes back to China. So
They'd have to make.
how do you stop that?
So I'm not saying that they're going to solve that problem. I think they could take the company though and make money off of it. That's what I think the real heist is. It's a good company.
It's a great company.
So that's my point is, fuck it. You're going to steal our data? That IPO, that's ours. We make it, not you. That's the power move.
Did you see the post David Sachs tweeted?
Which one?
About Zelensky stealing money?
Yes. And I've been
No.
saying this for over a year.
No.
That the
He's
head of
D.
the CIA, the
It's
CIA
D, but
director,
it's 60 billion instead of $20.
but the CIA,
I'm harmless.
the
He
CIA
takes the
director,
donation that you think is for the good of all, and he just uses it selfishly.
and he said the CIA director. This is not him. This is a report from
Like Washington Post, New York Times,
Washington Post, someone big, that they flew to Kyiv, where Ukraine obviously is, and told them stop stealing so much money,
steal less,
steal less,
Right.
and you have to share the money too.
and you have to share the money
With
to your
underlings.
patrons.
Do you realize that's just the story you just told about Nobu? Stop stealing, share it. This was
Yeah, D stole. D
This was
Zelensky.
R20. That's what I'm saying. It's the same thing.
Zelensky was man of
If
the
anyone
year.
wants to know what's going on in Ukraine and you want the easy version, it's the story that happened at Nobu.
Yes,
That's a microcosm of what's going on in the world, right?
Yes.
I would be a great leader.
You gave someone money for the better of everyone because it would be better for everyone. And instead, he took it and ran off with it
Literally.
for his own selfish gain.
$20
you had to wait
versus
anyway.
60 billion.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
the difference.
That's the story. It's just, I mean, do you think this passes?
Here's the thing.
And no on the border bill.
There was no progress made there.
I believe they note it. I believe they
note any
know the
funds?
border. I
So
don't think so.
here's the real issue is, and this we should all just be comfortable with. Anytime our government allocates money, it's always misused, right? Domestically or internationally. Domestically,
Both parties.
yeah. Domestically, I saw California has 25 billion allocated to homelessness. Where did that go? Not to
create
homes.
more homeless.
Yeah, it's the homeless has surged in California and specifically LA. So we know that our government is completely inept. And we are the best country in the world. And we're completely inept. No offense to all these other countries, but they're so much more corrupt. They're fucking disaster in terms
Yeah.
of the government. And in most of these countries, nobody has any money besides the rich.
Yep.
And mainly the rich in these countries are the government. Politicians. So we saw what happened is we saw that super yachts were down a few weeks ago. Saint-Tropez was getting nervous about the summer approaching. Bookings were low. Someone called up Congress and said, we need to pump some money into Ukraine because we need Europe to fly this summer. Great weather.
Yeah. You're seeing.
I don't think it's that much. I don't think what I'm saying is even far off. They're just like, we need to shovel money into where does it like this is where does it go? It's going to get spent on hotels, shopping. It's just like it goes back into the system. It's not like they're hoarding it. These are pigs. These are idiots. They spend every dime they have. You're worried about the person in Nobu, Malibu? Zelensky runs out of money every 6 months. He's a fucking idiot. He's like the dumbest person I've ever met.
The guy needs 60 billion every 6 months, and you're worried about a reservation
begging for
in
money.
Nobu.
Why? Because he's shopping, he's spending money. Christian Dior, like fuck him.
Yeah, no, I think it's pretty clear that all these funds that we do internationally from the American government are probably what do you think the leakage is? 30, 40%?
50.
50?
50% of money goes to fuckery.
50 is pretty high. I would guess it's 30.
I mean, if you had to fly over there to tell them to stop, allegedly,
that means it was 90.
30
that means
is
it was
to be
90.
Yeah.
30 is
like you turn your
You're not flying for 30. You're not going over there for 30.
It's 75 probably.
I mean, would we do 150 billion to Ukraine total? Probably.
Yeah.
So you're telling me Zelensky took 75 billion?
I think Zelensky took 75 billion. Yes. And
that's a lot. I think he took 30 billion.
Well, I mean,
him and his people.
He's sharing it. You know, he has to look, those countries have coups.
Yeah.
He's giving the cabinet leadership.
Yeah, because he's the one to get killed.
1 to 2 Bs each. That could be 15 people. So that's 15 to 30 billion just gone, right? Then security, goons, this, that. Then he's got babes.
Yeah.
I mean,
how many babes do you think he has?
He's putting his dick on a piano.
Yeah. Let me tell you where else he's putting that dick.
He's not scared to whip it out. He's got babes.
Yeah, exactly. So he's got babes. 30 babes. What's a babe
expensive
for a dictator type?
Well, you
guy?
know he's overpaying.
5 million a babe.
Yeah, the dictator type. He puts the dick in dictator.
Literally, he's dictating.
That should be the name of his piano show.
I do think it's ridiculous where it's like in our face and no one can do anything about it.
No,
yeah, because they're so good at marketing. Because you have the whole fucking house waving Ukraine flags. Do you know how many times I'm behind a car with a Ukraine flag on the bumper sticker?
And I know he's stealing money.
And here's the problem. You know what?
Yes, but if you're like a regular... Go.
There's people protesting saying we need to keep giving them aid, right? They're going to keep protesting. So there's people in America that think that money is actually going to fight the war.
But think about how good they marketed it. They marketed that it's like the new like gay pride, or like it's the thing that if you're a good person, you believe in.
Literally the thing.
And people are just like, all right, let me go ahead and grab one of these Ukraine bumper stickers and I'll just go ahead and show everyone I'm a good person. And they just did it. They do it so good still.
They
even
do it
with
all
Twitter
the time. That's what Wag the Dog. There was the whole fucking movie about it.
Yeah, no, I just think it's interesting because of how in front of our face it is now. Because I don't think it was 20 years ago.
No.
Yeah.
Now we know it. Like we see this report that the CIA director said, stop stealing so much.
Right, but that's not on CNN. If you go home, if you go to the entire country between here and New York, you're at work all day. Susan, you're in the cubicle next to you, has a Ukraine flag on her cubicle. You come home, you tune into fucking Anderson Cooper, and they're talking about how great this is because we're about to finally beat Putin. And you're like, fuck yeah, I guess we do this. There's still such a large group. Like in our world, like what David Sachs tweets is like very relevant, or what, people talk about on podcasts, but that's not the majority of the country.
Yeah.
What, a few 100,000 people saw it? And then of that, 50,000 people actually read it? No one saw it.
Yeah. I mean, steal less is pretty striking to me.
It's a hot
Steal
shirt.
less. Yes. He's trying to get it down to 30%. I'm telling you, that shit's at 70.
It's 50. It's 50, 60, 70%. Babes, this, that, cars.
Yeah.
I would love for someone at Hermes to tell me the breakdown of where their fucking customers came to last year. Let me tell you, they got a lot of flags up in that bitch.
Yeah. I mean, for instance, we know people that, and we experienced it a little bit, that you could literally tell when the stimulus checks started to hit for COVID by their e-com sales.
Yeah, instant.
I bet you Hermes, Christian Dior, Dubai, wherever this stuff is happening, they know this is their stimmy. They know when that
I'm telling you,
passes.
whatever the it spot in San Tropez is now, Bagatelle, whatever the fuck it is, when they saw that bill pass, it was a sigh of relief.
Yeah. They know they're good through the rest of the year.
Namos in Mykonos, this owner is relieved.
I mean, we don't need to go into details.
Boats.
D told me one shopper's 400 million in Italy.
Yeah, one shopper.
Spent 400 million?
Annually. He does it every year.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. And you're worried about Nobu Malibu being full.
Well, it's really interesting. Because there's an article that also came up in the Wall Street Journal saying basically, this is the title: "Billions in dirty money flies under the radar at the world's busiest airports." Can you scroll back up, Josh? But the piece to it that's super interesting is that between London and Dubai, they are basically not checking for cash between countries. And they're allowing people to take cash out of London to Dubai. It's like an unsaid rule, right? Like you could steal the money, take it to the Middle East, and go spend the money there. And that might be a thing the two governments have, some sort of agreement where the Emiratis are going to the English like, hey, we just need you to look the other way on this, okay? Right. Like the money's coming here anyways.
Yep.
In the screener, just don't look at it because it's just more of a headache. And we know in the United States, the max is like 10,000 you could supposedly take.
Bullshit. Yeah.
Which is bullshit. They're saying here that people in America are taking tons of cash across each other. Check this out. Money launderers introduce more than $2 trillion in proceeds from illegal enterprises to global financial systems every year. Think about it, like $2 trillion. You're talking about a stimmy? Illicit activities is the biggest stimmy in the luxury economy.
Yeah. This is always...
That's what we're doing Nobu Malibu. Like, look around. You might be sitting next to the next arms dealer.
So...
Yeah, right.
Certainly in Dubai.
I mean, certainly in
London
Malibu
too.
But they visit LA.
Maybe.
When they come to LA, they're at Nobu Malibu.
Yeah.
So I this was my base case for crypto.
Illicit activities.
10 years ago was illicit activities. Basically, like if all crypto did was basically be the record of currency for people that just want to be off the grid, it's going to be a multi-trillion-dollar asset. And that's why I always had belief in it.
It's not a great illicit activity thing because
it's tracked.
That's what's
cash
funny.
is still better.
Funny
But if you do
trash
cold storage and you do it,
it's funny that that's the number one diss on Bitcoin, but there's trillions being done in cash, and there's no way to track cash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
mean,
but that's
I think
the number
that's
one,
the
like
stupidest thing.
Elizabeth Warren
it's
or
the stupidest
whatever.
thing. Yeah. Like it's way easier to be a criminal with cash than it is with Bitcoin.
Right.
But my point is, you can move currencies from country to country, even if you're legal. Like India has a $250,000 capital control annually. Mm-hmm. If you're a citizen of India,
to take it out.
But there's a lot of rich people in India. How do you get 10 million out? How do you get 50 million out? Probably crypto.
I don't know. Call Zelensky.
Well,
Get a ledger.
Zelensky just laying his dick on the piano.
Yeah,
I'm sure
he's busy.
You give
He doesn't need to worry
Zelensky a
about
little
anything.
taste. If his dick gets a little taste, he'll let you take out 10 million.
What about
Can
you know what's
believe
really
this guy
in
was
line?
Man of the Year? Time magazine should shut down.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying this.
Yeah,
Man
that's
of the
why
Year. The
people
guy
don't
stole
complain.
Like 30. Yeah.
That's
What'd
why
you say?
people don't complain. It's part of the like branding rollout. Like, okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna
We're
make
gonna
a
hype
Man
this
of the
guy up.
Year. Yeah, we're gonna do all this stuff. It's just gonna become.
I have a
what-
very close friend that is like very dialed in those parts of the. He listens to the pod, so I'm not
Yeah.
going to say his name.
Yeah.
He told me this 18 months ago.
Yeah.
He goes, "You idiots
Yeah.
are just funneling lining the pockets of
Yeah.
all these Ukrainians."
Yeah. The rich.
Yeah.
I know, especially when you hear about like,
Like it wasn't. He was like very clear, and then he sent me this. He goes, "I fucking told you."
yeah.
It's not,
Steal
I
less
bet
is
you
good.
like we're joking about it a lot and like we're pretty in the know. I bet if we saw in person with our own eyes what actually happens, I bet it is mind blowing.
I bet you this is how it goes down. I'm going to tell you how simple it is. Senate will go this week. The first wire will hit the following week. Zelensky gets the wires. Everyone lines up in the office. They go, okay, Vladimir, this guy, everyone here, get your money. It's gone in a week. All the money.
Because where's the rest
They
go?
leave
Back
like
to
$4
us,
billion
back
to fight. $4
back
billion
to
bucks to
defense
fight.
contractors. Where's
Yeah, where's the 60 billion going?
I think pay
30 to Zelensky.
30 to Zelensky and babes.
So this guy's the richest guy in the world.
Yes, that's the
Yes.
point. We know this. Dictators have always done this. Like, you know, when these people flee, like, you know, like who's the guy that led Pakistan and, you know,
Yeah, I know all those
Gaddafi's and all these
stories.
people.
I can't.
How rich were those people?
Right.
They were worth tens of billions of dollars back then. You don't think Zelensky's worth 20 billion? He spent it. He's obviously he's an addict,
right?
shopping addict.
Well, didn't he seem a little? I mean, allegedly a little cokey on one of his interviews. Wasn't that one of the
Of
things?
course, he's with the babes.
I wonder what Zelensky's day looks like. I bet you
It's
it's
just-
like wake up, like more bombing, and then just babes, drugs, babes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
why would it be anything else?
It's
when
just a
someone goes,
question of-
you were like a YouTube piano player to have 30 billion. You can't handle it.
Do you really think he
you know
has
what we
30
do as a
billion?
society
Drama.
when-
I want
Yes.
what you're. I know D's being kind of
I do.
sarcastic.
I'm not sarcastic. I'm
I do.
spot on.
I think D's sarcasm is not. I honestly believe if we saw it with our eyes, we would be mind blown. I think it is so bad.
Steal Less is the name of the podcast.
I think the shocker is not even how Zelensky's living. I think it's like the third guy down the fucking thing that's a billionaire now that is literally has zero responsibility. No one even thinks he has any responsibility. He's just in the south of France on boats with hookers and billions.
They're saying he's not giving enough to them.
Yes.
That's the article.
Right.
So that
That
means,
he's not sharing enough.
yeah.
Yep.
And the problem is,
That's the
know what
only
big
risk. His only
problem
risk is he's going to get off.
Do you
for
know why
that.
they care? Because if Zelensky has a coup, it's actually very detrimental to what happens here, right? Like, then America looks like complete idiots. Because then what was the CIA doing? They let the guy they supported had a coup, but the CIA knows they're going there, be like, all right, you don't need to have 30 babes, have 15.
Yeah. People are
Give
getting
all these-
jealous. Listen, the babes.
Give everyone some money.
Yeah.
It's not, I'm telling you, this is literally the conversation that's happening.
For
Do you think that's what's
sure.
going on in the Oval Office? Like, hey, we need Zelensky to calm down. Don't steal 30 billion, steal 5.
Let me ask
we're
you a
all
question.
good.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
think Zelensky is a smart person?
No.
Okay. Why would it be any different than what we think it is?
So give
He's
a not
an idiot.
wire a person who you just called unsmart, wire them 60 billion. You don't think it's going to be madness?
I think we're better off giving Jake Paul 60 billion and say, go to Ukraine
And fight.
figure it out.
Yeah.
This guy would be on the front lines with
We're way
two
better
guns.
off.
Yes, with the USA flag.
I would give 60 billion to Joe Rogan. He'd probably figure it out.
I mean,
give it
that's
to
a
Jake Paul.
no-brainer. I would give it to Jake Paul.
I think that's more.
If Jake Paul's putting a machine gun on him, yeah.
I'm just
I think
saying
he
I
would.
would give it to
I
him
think he
over
would walk around with a
Zelensky
machine
today.
gun. Yeah, he'd be
It's not
fucking
about
Rambo,
Jake
bro.
Paul being. It's not about Jake Paul being the best person to give 60 billion to. It's about where does it
better
stop?
than what we
Like, who
have.
would you? Okay, let me ask you this: who would you give Zelensky the 60 billion instead of?
Zuckerberg.
Like Riff Raff? Like where's the line?
Oh, like who's worse than
Who's worse?
worse? Yeah,
Andrew Tate's worse.
I don't know. He's
I
pretty,
don't know.
alpha.
He's alpha. For a war, you want an alpha guy, not a
Yeah.
YouTube dick guy.
Yeah, who's worse?
I would give Portnoy 60 billion.
No, who's worse?
I know. Who would you not?
He's the worst. That's the problem. He's literally the worst option.
We're having trouble thinking of who we would not give the money to.
I would not give money to.
Who's a real idiot? Who's the biggest idiot?
I'm trying to think. It's tough.
This is bad. This is bad.
Antonio Brown.
Right. I'll take
I would
that.
not give 60 billion.
Yeah, so
to
CT
Antonio Brown.
ESPN. You have to dig deep.
So you need mental, brain trauma to change your mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a good one.
That's good. That's really good. Last thing kind of on this topic is LVMH is saying that champagne sales are down. So I'm guessing.
Well, they spoke too soon.
Right. Maybe Bernard put in the call.
He's like, you know what, guys, we got to keep this thing going.
Yeah. Yeah. He's saying people aren't partying like they used to. I think they need a stimmy.
Yeah. I mean, they're saying that people are not partying like they used to. And here's the thing. They're saying it's normalization of post-COVID demand. I tend to agree. I will tell you, in America, nightclubs, at least when we were growing up, the sign of wealth was Dom Perignon, Cristal, Ace of Spade, right? Like that, they own if you were going to show off at the nightclub, right? Champagne was the winner. I think there's still a huge audience of people that think champagne is the flex. I think there's a lot of younger people who would rather buy 1942 and show that they bought 25 bottles of Magnum 1942. So I would say that champagne seems like it has competition at the high end level, especially at nightclubs or when you're going out. Like you would have, when back in the day when someone's going to, we're celebrating, you would open a bottle of champagne as a celebration. I think if you're celebrating and it's someone young with money, it's tequila shots. Like every time I go out, it's like 1942 for everyone. That's like the flex of you got money and you want to spend it. I also think just from a pure product standpoint, champagne just feels antiquated. It's sugary. Yep. It doesn't like.
No, there's not a lot of sugar in champagne.
It's very hangover-y.
You think it is.
It's very hangover-y.
Yeah.
Like if you just think about it, if you care about like how you're going to feel the next day, you're definitely not drinking champagne. Like you're drinking, most people, at least in LA, I know LA is more of a bubble of it, but like everyone drinks tequila in LA. Like you go out to eat, mezcal, tequila, some agave based thing. So I'm not surprised that champagne feels like it needs like a rebirth from a product standpoint. I think that classic bubbly, like, I don't know. It's just when I drink it, it just doesn't, it's kind of gross.
Yeah, it is. I agree.
I don't think like people enjoy champagne like they used to.
Yeah, and it's also not as popular in, popular culture because champagne was the thing like 10 years ago.
20, yeah.
You don't see like rappers talking about it. You don't see.
They're talking about 1942 and Casamigos. Every fucking rap song.
And they're talking about Percocet and Molly.
Right.
That's also another problem.
Yeah, but if they talk about alcohol, it's typically like an expensive tequila. Clase Azul. I see that everywhere.
Yeah, think about it. If a new young rapper came out right now and said blah 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 Cristal, it would feel weird and outdated.
Yeah. Like, you're old?
Yeah.
It does.
you're right.
Champagne lost its like youth audience.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd agree with that.
Yeah. Like I went out with my in-laws the other night, like they ordered a glass of champagne. Like I hadn't seen someone,
By the glass.
they just had one glass just to have like a toast. It's a birthday.
Yep.
But
that
you don't
feels
see,
strange.
I don't know when I go out to eat, I don't see anyone ordering. When was the last time someone ordered champagne?
No.
Never.
Yeah. Never.
Like zero.
I guess mimosa brunches people do.
Oh yeah, sure, fine.
Right. That makes sense.
But that's probably Prosecco, to be honest.
Yeah, it's probably,
Not even champagne.
Yeah, unlimited mimosas doesn't mean they're giving you bubbly.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, how about this? I'll tell you what the young people are doing, eating Chipotle. But I'll admit, I'm a little out of the loop here. There's a little bit of like beef, no pun intended, with Chipotle. Like people are like, keep talking about like pre-COVID Chipotle and like how great it was. They talk about, some people I've seen post about like the quality going down, the prices are going up. I don't know. I mean, Chipotle obviously is bigger than ever and everyone loves it, but there's a lot of complaints.
So since 2021, they've had 6 price increases, Chipotle.
Damn.
That's insane.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And so I think it's unclear the entirety of like why and how much they've raised each time. But in California, the prices are about to increase anymore because of the wage issue. But we also know Chipotle is the one that's supposedly investing in all the automation. So if you know the automation is coming, why do you keep raising prices, right? Simultaneously, their stock is up 59% in the last 12 months. And so more than half of their customers are millennial and Gen Z. So they're saying our target audience prioritizes overall wellness. So to millennial and Gen Z people, this feels like the healthy option of the fast food, fast casual options, which I think there's a way to do Chipotle healthier than all the other places. Like you could, if you eat meat, you can just
like
eat
a
bowl,
rice and
lettuce,
steak
no rice, no tortilla, whatever.
Right.
But and a lot of the article says a lot of gym people eat it. Like, I just need to eat steak or just get protein or whatever it is. What's interesting is Chipotle's customers are 20% more likely than the average U.S. consumer to earn more than $125,000 a year. So
that's a lot of money.
Yeah. So this is substantially higher than McDonald's, than Taco Bell and Wendy's. So Chipotle has found this high income consumer, and they are complaining, but they're not doing anything about it. They're still continuing to eat there. Because let's say you boycott Chipotle, where do you go?
Yeah,
what's the option?
It's not. It's tough. Yeah, I think they really own a spot, and I think
you're right. That's why it blows my mind when I see people have been saying, I have no idea if this is true or not, but people have been saying a lot that the quality is going down. And
like in terms of what? Like the meat? Because I can't imagine the rice and beans have really...
Well, you can't really do much there to mess it up. But I think the meat quality, I'd have to look it up a little bit more, but I've seen it a decent amount. There's been a lot of memes about like pre-COVID Chipotle and quality and whatever, but the places are still slammed and the stock is up and everything's great. So
this guy says he spends $15 to $20 a meal at Chipotle and he eats there 6 times a week.
Right.
Do you still eat Chipotle or no?
I do, yeah. Not once a week.
It's a lot.
So you'll eat Chipotle 50 times a year.
So
yeah,
I'm going to talk my book a little bit. I'm an investor in a food automation company.
Yeah.
That Chipotle is the biggest investor. It's called Hyphen. And they're basically automating the bowl. So basically you walk in, you press your... Drama walks in, says, I want chicken, I want rice, I want beans,
and the robot
whatever.
does it.
And then your bowl gets made.
I mean, I think Chipotle is the perfect person for automation of food because of the way the experience is.
And it's pretty simple.
Because Because I don't know how many are bowls versus a bowl feels like
No,
the
it's
easiest.
like 80% of the business is bowls.
Yeah, so bowl feels very easy.
Not the burritos and the tacos.
I don't think the robot can do the folding
No,
of the burrito.
they can't do the burritos.
Yeah.
So you
They
basically
should get rid of the burrito, frankly. Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
And get rid of the staff.
Yeah.
You can basically eliminate, from what I've been told, $100K a year in salary costs
In each location.
each location.
That seems light.
It's a lot.
100K is one person.
It's 2 people, 55K each.
The manager at Chipotle probably makes 6 figures.
Probably, but think about how much more profitable the business is.
But if
Why
you
do
think
you-
about it,
I
it's
mean, why do
usually
anyone-
2 people at the little conveyor belt, where you go down and you say what you want. There's usually 2 people. Like the first half,
I mean,
they say,
the
what
one
do you
on
want?
Sunset near me has so many fucking people. I think it's a really busy location.
Yeah.
We
But
should
there's
do
also
a
people
trip.
cooking in the back.
We should go to the facilities up north.
But which Chipotle has the robot?
The robot is going to be in Fountain Valley, which is where their first ever Chipotle was.
Okay, that's close by.
But if Drama or D want to go up and see how the facility works,
Will I
it's
get,
up
will I get
north.
free food?
Yeah, they'll give you food, whatever.
I'd love to see a Robo Bowl get made.
I saw that Robo coffee thing in San Francisco that everyone was hyping up. It's pretty cool.
What happened to Robo Pizza? That died?
That was a scam.
This company is already doing all the grab and goes for universities and hospitals.
Which, the robot?
So basically, like Aramark, Compass,
Oh, okay.
that you walk into a hospital, there's like a salad bowl.
Yeah, I believe like that should all be robots.
Yeah.
I'm a big robot guy.
Yeah. But
Okay, well, how about this? I'll tell you who a robot's not replacing ever, never. Caitlin Clark, the GOAT. I don't know. I mean, the biggest athlete in the world today. I think.
Biggest athlete in America right now is Caitlin Clark.
And as you can imagine, everyone on earth is trying to get to her for sponsorship and things like that. Nike got her. I feel like Nike's been missing a lot of things lately. The CEO actually blamed it on remote work, why they haven't been innovating and why they've been missing the mark a little bit. I get it. But they got Caitlin Clark.
I think this is huge, and they got it for so cheap.
Yeah.
28 million, up to 28 million over 8 years. And Puma,
no, it's fewer years. I thought it's 3.2 a year. Is that right?
yeah,
So, it's 8 years. Sorry,
Yeah.
you're right.
So Puma and Adidas and all these people said, "Oh, we can't do that." I mean, look at the numbers. This is why these companies. So like,
She should have gotten $100 million.
she's so underpaid. She's going to change the sport. Do you know how many little girls and boys all over the fucking country are going to play basketball because of her?
And she's got the moxie.
Yeah.
She's like got that personality of like,
Yeah.
I'm a badass motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, fuck with me.
Yeah.
And dude, she was on Pat McAfee this past Wednesday. And she's like, can I be a guest every week? And he goes, done.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah.
I mean, think about how much they're
Airtime she's
gonna,
gonna-
they're gonna get because of that.
Yeah. And I think
That's like tens of millions of views.
so I think it's to me, Nike should treat her like they treated Tiger Woods, Michael
They
Jordan.
need to up it up. They
Yeah.
need to up it.
They you know what the biggest problem with Nike? I was trying to think like what has been the reason why they stumbled so far? And one of their like principles as a company, like you could just tell by their marketing, has always been like focus on youth culture, right? Be young, be young, be young. And if I were to think about the last kind of 10 years, Nike took a risk with their brand and they went very young and they got woke, right? Like they went big on Kaepernick and then they kept double downing during the whole BLM thing and they kept doing it. And I think historically that has done extremely well for them because there was no other option. There was nowhere to go from a sneaker consumer standpoint. Adidas is, has its ebbs and flows in America, but they're a predominantly European brand. People wear it more for casual lifestyle, but not performance, right? Like you're not seeing people wear Adidas on performance side.
Right.
If you think about On Running and Hoka, it's actually insane to me that those two brands even exist. And at the size and scale at which they exist. And when you look at like On and Hoka, they have the older white customer. They own them. You walk anywhere in Brentwood, Malibu, everyone's wearing fucking On Running, right?
Yeah.
When I run, everyone's wearing Hoka. That's what I see. And I think a lot of these athletes and the way they, went on the advertising, it probably turned to them a lot of these people off from the brand. And you gave an opportunity to let an On or a Hoka even come through. And you didn't probably pay attention to them at all. You ignored them. Who cares? But now you see like 60-year-old beast athletes. It's not about youth anymore. We're celebrating these old men and older women that are like insane athletes. And can
I ask you a question? Okay, why doesn't it Aloe? Caitlin Clark, clearly, 28 million, nothing for them. Over 8 years, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Think about how profitable they are.
I bet you when Nike comes to the table, though, they say like, here's what we're going to do for you. We're going to have academies. We're going to have commercials. We're going to have, and I don't think Aloe can even offer that. I think it's much more than the 28 million. She just went
on Pat McAfee and said, I'll be a guest. Do you know what that's going to build for whoever is her sponsor?
I know, but like Nike I would argue Nike did a lot for Tiger Woods. I don't think it was a
100%.
one way. And I think
there's no question. But
so
that was old school, right? Right? That was 20 years ago.
I know, but like even now, like Nike's going to get, you understand the billboard campaign that's going to hit Indiana?
Like think about what they know how to do. They're going to say, we're going to have the Caitlin Clark Foundation. We're going to have the blah, blah, blah. We're going to have the billboards in Indiana. We're going to have the, like, here's what we did for Tiger, LeBron, blah, blah, blah. And now we're going to do this for you.
They have Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I'm sure they had him call.
Steph called Caitlin and she didn't go to Under Armour.
Michael Jordan. And I'm sure LeBron. You're talking about these people are calling Caitlin Clark.
Who's Aloe Yoga going to call? A random influencer from West Hollywood?
No, just pay double.
No, they can't. They're not spending money like that. They're not.
I think it's stupid for them to not.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing is, and we know it works. On gave the
Federer.
Yeah, they gave
him. He's a billionaire now.
Yes, and what they did was they found the right person for their audience. I don't think Caitlin Clark and Aloe are aligned. Aloe is like a sexy brand. Is Caitlin Clark a sex symbol? That's not what she's going for.
She wore Prada.
But it's also like heavily yoga. Like, I don't know if it's.
Yeah, it's a very different
to
brand.
Your point on it, I think to your point, would it be a move that would be probably worth it for a brand like that to pay a crazy premium? And like On did with Federer, probably. But I don't know that Caitlin Clark would even accept it no matter how big, because I bet you what Nike puts in front of you about what they're going to spend on you for marketing is probably mind blowing.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised during the NBA men's finals, they do a Caitlin Clark commercial. There's no one in the world that could offer that. Adidas, that's it.
And it's just hard. When you're an athlete, you know how it is. When you're an athlete growing up, you dream of having a Nike campaign.
I know. I agree. I get it. I'm just curious why no one came over to the top and just said, like, here's the knockout offer.
I mean, 28 million over 8 years is a joke.
Yeah, she should get 100.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
LeBron got 100 out of high school.
Yeah.
But I bet you Nike says we're going to give you 28 and we're going to spend 100 on marketing.
Yeah. And we'll make you the biggest thing ever.
I think 28's really light, given how big she is. Yeah, like, we've talked about her on this podcast. It's not a sports podcast for fucking 4 weeks.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. But I have to believe, like, how much money has Nike spent on Tiger Woods marketing?
Yeah.
And I have to believe they put that into the
and she'll make $78,000 a year.
Right. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Anything we're missing? Do we have shout outs?
No shout outs. That's it.
Okay.
No, I have a shout out.
Oh,
What do you got?
Areyouwell.ai.
Okay,
We're
there you go.
live.
you have a
Hob
code?
did like a great TikTok post. He's going viral right now.
Love it.
How is the king of viral?
Yeah.
He gets it.
Love it. Okay. Well, there you go. Also, check us out on YouTube.
And we'll be on Revolve soon. Shout out to Risa and Mente.
Are you well?
That's
going on
great.
Revolve?
Yeah.
Nice. That's good.
Are you Revolve?
That's a good flex. Okay. Well, there you have it.
Do you want to talk Taylor Swift? She dropped 31 songs.
Too many songs.
A lot of songs.
Amazing. Did you
A lot of
listen?
poets.
I tried to
Kinda.
listen. It was kind of depressing.
It's not really for
I
me.
loved it. I think she's the best songwriter of all time.
I know a couple
Yeah, you're
Swifties. I asked them what they thought. They said it was the best thing ever. So they're happy.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
think
really-
the Swifties are happy. Yeah,
I want to give a quick tidbit. Someone who listens to the pod, he runs the Hard Rock in Miami, which is where like the Dolphins play, the big stadium.
yeah.
Mhm.
And I shot him a message because I'm trying to get, the last leg of the North American tour.
Mhm.
And he said there's more demand than the Super Bowl.
I
And
believe
she's
that.
there 3 nights.
Oh,
I
it
believe it.
ends in Miami.
No, she's doing Miami, New Orleans, Indianapolis,
Got it.
Vancouver, but that many nights. And he was like, it's literally the most demand we've had, bigger demand than the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, after the 60 billion in Ukraine, what do you think is going to happen? The prices now.
Yeah. Do you know how many Ukrainians are going to be
Zelensky
in
and
that
the
show?
babes are pulling up.
Yeah.
But my point is I mean, Zelensky should definitely be there.
For sure.
But my point is like how crazy that 3 nights in one city is bigger than the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and you're worried about Nobu Malibu. Do you know how many tickets are sold out of that fucking thing? That's what Jay Powell should be
Where's that
taking
money
a look
coming
at.
from?
Yeah.
Where the fuck is people spending? That's 100,000 tickets.
Yeah. So that was
that's
my
amazing.
tidbit.
Okay, well, props to
How
Taylor.
big
You know,
she
she
is.
continues to reign
I
supreme.
like her as just like as a person, like what she's doing. I really try to listen to the music. And
Yeah, I
like,
did too.
I
You
like
have
her.
you have to read the lyrics.
I
that's
don't
the
do that
problem.
for anybody.
No,
I don't
but
give a fuck.
If you read the
Yeah.
lyrics,
Read
you'll
the
realize
lyrics.
how
I'm not a
genius
poet.
she is.
I'm not a tortured poet.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a vibe.
You're reading books. You're a fucking Silicon
I
Valley
know,
guy
but
now.
those books are
Do
making
you
me
know
money.
D's the biggest loser? I saw him with a book in
Yeah.
his office. What a fucking loser.
After
It's a
all
really-
these years, after all this
I
shit
read,
talking
I
you
read
did
an
to me.
entire book in one day because we made our leadership team read this book,
What
5
book?
Dysfunctions of a Team.
Yeah.
Really great book.
I
And-
hate you. There's fucking 500 of those that over the
Yeah.
years I've been talking about. And you've been like, oh, fucking
Well, we had someone that we hired to run a meeting
to show
for
you
us.
books. Pay me. I'll
Show us a
send you
book.
books.
We hired him to show
Yeah,
us.
you should pay drama.
Yeah.
He's read every book.
I'll come in
you
every
could-
2
you
weeks
wanna
and say,
host
hey, you idiots, here's what we're reading this week. One fish,
If you
2
could
fish.
come in and do a session and give us some good info, I'm down.
That's why I don't
I'll
want.
do a
I
book
don't.
club.
I don't take the Taylor hate because he can't read the lyrics, but he's reading fucking books.
Yeah,
I can't.
I get it.
I just don't like.
I get it.
I like Taylor Swift's like. I like Shake It Off.
But also, like, Anand went to the show. He felt I get it, Anand. I think you were like touched, you
Yep.
know, like not
I
in
was
like
touched.
a Chris Hansen way,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like I think you were touched by the show,
In a Zelensky way.
and I think you're in, which I get. She's powerful. I get it. For me, I respect the movement of it, but or like, her whole impact, but I didn't go to the show. It is a little like poety for me, the album.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Come with
just
me
so
to
that I'm
Miami
hip.
No chance.
I do want to go to a Taylor.
or New Orleans.
Are you going to both?
He's
Are you
not
just
going-
following the tour?
No, I've put out feelers for both to try to
Got
get
it.
face value tickets.
You're not
I'm
getting
not trying
face
to pay-
value anywhere. You got to pay up.
Hey,
That's not happening.
Indianapolis, Caitlin Clark can probably get me tickets.
Let me tell you where the tickets are going to be the most expensive. Ukraine.
Yeah.
That stop. Look, good luck getting a ticket there.
She's in Madrid May 30th. You want to go?
She could probably do a Ukraine stop. $1 million a ticket would sell out.
I mean, in Dubai, she'd probably do $1 billion.
Yeah. I don't think she's going there.
That's
Yeah,
great.
she ain't pulling up. She doesn't need the money.
She doesn't.
So
I just
she's
love
not
that. Like
pulling
the
up.
normal routine is like you put out an album, you tour that album, you go back, you work on a new album, you put out that album, you tour that album. She just put out 30 songs before her fucking tour was even over.
I did think that's like impressive. Like the fact that like
when did you write that shit?
during her tour, her football fandom phase,
Right.
she got a chance to rip out 31 songs. That's impressive.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. It's great. She's also like, she's at the peak, right? So she's just like, fuck it. I'm
Yeah.
going to let it all out. I'm going to diss Kim Kardashian. Fuck
That
it.
was a hot line.
Yeah.
You saw that line?
Yeah. About the kid singing the song or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just love that everyone's dissing each other. Chris Brown dissed Quavo.
Yeah. you have to remember, like, we're like late stage of peak of like America. Like, it, you know,
Everyone just dissed
shit's
everyone.
about to get crazy.
Right. Right. Okay.
We ain't gonna have this run for another 100 years.
Well, I don't
think
know. I mean,
for our
judging
lifetime,
by,
we will.
I will
Yeah,
say
our lifetime's
this.
not 100 years.
Yeah, 30, 40 years.
Yeah, I
We're
think
good.
30, 40. If you said America
Yeah.
was on top, I'd be like, fine.
I just got to say the point you guys made earlier is so true, which is that like, yes, that sounds right. And this feels like a decline, but everybody else is so much worse.
Yeah, it's like
Like who's going to stop us? China's about to
The
run out
lowest
of people.
lowest common denominator. That's it. That's it.
Yeah. There's no people in China. Rest of Asia is worthless.
Everything
No
else is
offense.
corrupt.
LATAM is literally zero.
LATAM is probably the hope, but
No, it's a zero.
I'm bullish on
Inflation's-
Argentina.
Okay. No, not Argentina.
Yeah, he's turning the country around.
You're talking about El Salvador.
No, I'm bullish on
You're talking
Argentina.
about Millet?
I think Milei is going to turn that country around. I bet you a year from now we're looking at it and we're like, fuck, Argentina's a different place.
But
I
our boy who
I
was
said-
on the
I said-
pod is so right. I forget the guy's name about just the geography and the oil and the farmland
Yeah.
and the, like, you can't
Yeah.
beat it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we hit the lotto. We like inherited a trust fund that will never stop paying, and we can
Shout
just
out
act
to
like
Christopher
fucking
Columbus.
idiots.
You know,
Yeah.
I really shit on him all the time, but if he didn't get lost,
Right?
we wouldn't be chilling.
And just rape and pillage, then, you know. Like, just think about it. You had all these like Native Americans on this land that you just could have never guessed that one day in an age of global superpowers and technology, it just so happens this is the best spot.
Our only pitfall is we're not letting smart people in.
Right. But I
Why?
mean, if you
There's-
honestly
if you're
look
smart,
at it.
you walk right in. Maybe you're not smart.
Right. All you got to do is look at TikTok. It shows
Honestly,
you how
if
to
you're a
get
smart
over.
person in another country and you don't just walk right in, you're an idiot.
Can you walk right in?
Yes.
Okay, so I want you. I
Pay
will
me money.
I'll pay for the whole trip.
No, I want you to pay me for my time.
I want you to go.
No, pay me
to
for my time.
Honduras and walk right in.
I'm not going
I
to
will pay for
Honduras. I'll
everything.
just go Tijuana and walk right in.
Okay, fine. Tijuana.
I want 20 grand.
Done.
20 grand.
20 grand. You go to Tijuana, and I want you not to go through proper. You not have a passport
No,
and walk right in.
20 grand.
Yeah,
I
got
want
you.
cash. Untraceable bills.
Drama. You think he's gonna do it?
I don't think he's going to do it, but I think he should.
I mean, Texas looks like the most open. So
Okay, go wherever you want, but I,
think
need to
Texas.
hold your passport.
everyone
I
is
need
coming
to-
right in.
I need to hold your passport
Yeah.
and your driver's license. And
For me, there's no recourse. I'll be like, yeah, I'm an American citizen. If they try to get me, they'll be like, no, just come in. It's all good. It's okay. It's fine. We let everyone. Sleepy's let you in.
I think you're going to have to grease the coyotes.
Yeah,
I watched
I'll
a
say whatever.
documentary,
Refugee. I'm from India. I
Right.
want to eat meat. They're
you
persecuting
can't say
me
you're an
because I'm
American
vegetarian.
citizen.
They're
That's
persecuting me because I'm vegetarian.
That's the rule on the 20 grand. You can't say you're American citizen. You
I'll
say
say
like
I'm
I'm
Indian.
just like, oh yeah, I'm just
I'm
trying
Indian.
to
And
get
I'll
in.
say Indians persecuted me because
If
I'm
he
vegetarian.
does that, I'm on record. I will give him 20 grand cash.
And you have to vote for Donald Trump.
No.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
You have to vote for Donald Trump.
If he makes it over, you have to vote for Trump.
And that's a video, and you're fucking posting it. You're posting that reel. That's part of the deal.
With hashtag
you
secure
agree
our
to that?
borders.
I'll do
I
it.
just argued 20 grand.
20 grand and a vote for Donald Trump. Publicly saying, you know what? The
I can't
immigration's out
vote
of
for
control.
Trump, but I'll give you 20 grand.
You got to vote for Trump.
30 grand.
You have to. Okay, fine. The 30 grand is a donation to Make America Great Again. You're donating it to Donald Trump. Under your name.
I'll give it to you.
No. No, that's not. No, it's a donation from Anand.
Okay, you have to go to Bird Streets and pay for Dee's dinner. You have to wear a MAGA hat.
No, we're going to like Poppy and wear a MAGA hat. There mean a lot of people.
He wants me to get beat up by Quavo.
What are you talking about? You'll probably get celebrated.
Yeah, I think a MAGA hat today. Yeah, I think a MAGA hat today.
I think a MAGA hat's getting you beat up.
People don't even care.
No.
I think they shake your hand.
Yeah. Goddamn right, America.
Goddamn right.
Let's see if D goes.
I want that donation confirmed.
30
I already guaranteed 30 grand.
But I'm going to say it's from you. I'm donating it to the campaign.
That's fine.
In Anand's
But
name.
it's your name.
It's fine.
Yeah. You're
But
okay
you
with
have
that.
to do it.
I will do it then. I'll do it. If I get arrested, then I say I say I'm an American citizen then.
I mean, the way it
And
looks,
then
I think
I'm
you can just
absolved.
like
No,
I
I
believe
did it.
I believe you can just like walk, like you can walk 3 feet and 3 feet
You
back.
can do left foot, right foot. It's like a race. Left foot, right foot.
Put your left foot in, put your left foot out.
You step in Mexico and you do shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey. Come whatever you want.
Yep.
All right, send D's ass to fucking Mexico. Let's see what happens.
Send him to Texas.
He may get smoked.
I don't think so.
No one's getting dying at the border. You're more likely to die in Beverly Hills than the border.
That's for sure. That's for sure. All right.
They're not shooting anyone there.
No.
All right.
Hell no. Okay,
Yeah, we had a
did
good
it.
time.
We did it. Everyone
We had
have
a
a
good
great.
time.
Everyone have a great week. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.